Good evening, friends. I am Ravindra Srinivasa from SRAA Media Bangalore. Right now, I have with me Srimati Sharada Subramaniam from Boston. She is right now in US, Boston. I welcome you, madam, for our knowledge sharing program.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivasa. As always, a pleasure to be on your program.
I like to you present on Dhanteras and Narga Chaturdashi, which will be being celebrated throughout the world for next couple of days.
Yes. In fact, Dhanteras is a beautiful celebration. So before I commence, let me wish you and all your viewers and all our audience a very, very happy Dhanteras, Deepavali, the entire 5-day festival, which is celebrated with so much happiness, pomp, gaiety, with lots of good sweets, wearing new clothes, everything lovely and beautiful. The weather has also become beautiful. So this is ideally a time for great celebration. So my warm greetings to everyone on this entire long festival period that we have. When we start with Dhanteras, because Dhanteras is the beginning of the 5-day festival, Dhanteras this year, again, it comes on the Trayodashi of the Krishna Paksha. So just a little before Amavasya, 2 days before Amavasya is when you have Dhanteras. Dhanteras, of course, is a corruption of the word Dhanatrayodashi. So Trayodashi being the Tithi and Dhana being wealth, basically.
Okay.
And wealth in India, as we always have been mentioning, does not only signify material wealth. And therefore, Dhanteras is actually more specifically a celebration for health and a celebration to Lord Dhanvantari. Dhanvantari being the god or the Vaidya of the gods, actually. He's the doctor for all the gods. And the legend goes that when the Samudra Manthan happened, when the ocean was being churned, at that point of time, somewhere in the midst of it, Lord Dhanvantari, because they are all waiting for that nectar. So Dhanvantari comes out holding this pot of nectar in one hand. And they all say one book had a book of what is Ayurveda today. So basically, this is the legend. And that Amrit was served to both the Devas and the Asuras. And that is how they became, healthy and eternal and immortal. So that is the main significance of Dhanvantari. It is a celebration of good health, a way of warding off illness, disease, death. So this is a time where you are praying to remove all these ill health and all the wrong, the effects of all the negative forces and bringing in the positive forces of good health, happiness, good cheer, and all that. So that is the first and the most important significance of Dhanteras, that we celebrate good health. And in a time of COVID, especially this year, because for the first time, I think most of us are free to celebrate it with our loved ones. Many of us are with family, like I am, and I'm sure many of you are. So it's nice to be with loved ones and celebrate with loved ones, especially those loved ones whom you have not seen for 2-3 years. So it's a beautiful occasion, and I'm sure there's a lot of happiness. The celebration, of course, is also because it starts it's a commencement of the next 5 days. So a lot of cleaning is done because good health cannot come unless you have a very clean, sanitized environment. And so in our culture, much before people spoke of sanitizing and cleaning, our culture had it that before we start celebrating Dhanteras or Deepavali, we start cleaning our houses. Often whitewashing is done, a thorough cleaning, all the curtains, bed sheets, everything that is not cleaned regularly is put into a full cleaning. So the house looks spick and span before this day. So maybe today and yesterday, today, and maybe till tomorrow, people will be busy cleaning their homes. And then we will usher in and welcome Lord Dhanteras. When we Lord Dhanvantari with Dhanteras, there are 2 or 3 other significances. Normally, it is also considered to be a day of good luck. So if you spend a little bit of money. So some way, if something like a material wealth, either in form of gold or silver or utensils, anything which signifies wealth. Sometimes people buy new vehicles. So you kind of usher in good luck. So if you buy any of these, you're supposed to get more good luck, more money, more of that product. So people generally buy a lot of these things. They avoid buying scissors, knives, glass, things which are harmful and destructive are avoided. Things which are positive, like the vessels to boil milk, or simple smaller vessels, even a small spoon, something small, or with more affluence, people buy bigger things with gold and diamonds and everything. So this is that period of time where you celebrate by bringing in good luck into your house, bringing in Aishwarya into your house in both material and physical terms. So one way of celebrating it is, of course, therefore, all our jewelry shops are invariably, utensil shops and jewelry shops are crowded like anything. And I'm sure that's going to happen on Dhanteras Day. But it is auspicious to buy a small piece of a precious metal. So it could be anything that is of value to you. You can go ahead and do that. It is also symbolic to offer prayers to the cow, to the Go Mata. So even the worship of the cow, which of course continues over the 5 days, but the worship of Go Mata and preparation of Panchamridam is also a very important part of it. And in some states, particularly Gujarat, it is also the beginning of the new year. So Vasu Baras, they call it, and they celebrate it also with worshipping the cow, and in the same manner. I mean, there is rangoli in front of the house, and the cleanliness and the whole belief of Ayurveda. So I think the whole concept of Ayurveda, the concept of a natural way of building your health, starts with Dhanteras and this worship of Lord Dhanvantari. The other aspect, of course, is that along with Lord Dhanvantari, there is also the belief that you ward off death. So Yama is appeased, the Lord Yama, and which happens the next day. So that I will come to a little later. Okay. About how Yama is also appeased on the Naraka Chaturdashi day. But on the Dhanteras day, the other goddess or the other deity that is very, very often worshipped and propitiated is goddess Lakshmi, because she is the goddess of abundance and wealth. And therefore, when you make the rangolis, very often we make those small footprints to show Lakshmi entering the house. And then we also decorate our houses with lights, lamps, deepas. One deepa is put in front of the tulsi also, because the tulsi is also, that is a way of propitiating good abundance in the house. Similarly, a deepa is put in front of all the entrances before your house, in a way to also ward off disease, ward off death, give a certain cleanliness to the house, and to ensure a sanitized atmosphere within the house. So the lights are a very important part. The other thing, of course, is that many households, and I am from the south, so I can speak for myself, but I do know that in all parts of India, we also make a prasada, which is like a lehiam, or we even call it marundu, which is basically means medicine in Tamil. And there are similar prasads made all over India, which is basically a small amount of coriander, cumin, and ajwain, carom seeds, ghee, and then a little jaggery. All of that is mixed together and then eaten first. Because in two ways, it's also a very important Ayurvedic medicine, because it helps to clean up your stomach. Because for the next 5 days, there's going to be a lot of feasting, lot of eating of sweets, fried food. So your stomach is going to have a lot of load. So therefore, have the lehiam first. So this marundu is prepared by most households, and some version of it is prepared, and they start with eating that, and then they start the celebration. Celebration, of course, as all of us know, there are new clothes. So some people wear new clothes on each of the 5 days. People like to take out their best jewelry, their best silks. The time has also come, as per the weather, to wear silks, and generally visit each other, visit temples, make a lot of sweets. everybody remembers Deepavali for its sweets, for the lights, for the beauty of the festival. And of course, now we celebrate it with a whole lot of environmental consciousness. So we do not light crackers. And of course, as a child, I used to love the crackers, and sometimes I miss it also, because of course, not the noise, but the lights of the crackers were very, very beautiful indeed. So that is another beauty of Dhanteras. It starts this whole 5-day festival. The next day, of course, is Naraka Chaturdashi, which is the Chaturdashi, or the 14th day of the dark side of the moon, the dark period of the lunar cycle. So in the Naraka Chaturdashi day is the day when people generally have the oil bath. So they put oil on their head and they have a full bath, and they wake up very early in the morning, light a lamp. Again, the lamp is before Tulasi, one lamp before the front entrance, because at the entrance, Yama, they say your Lord Yama has to be worshipped. So Naraka Chaturdashi is a day to actually worship Lord Yama and to pray that during this period of 5 days there should be no death, there should be no illness, there should be no disease in our house. So we first pray to Lord Yama, which is so beautiful, because I think we also respect death and we worship the Lord of Death. So today, Naraka Chaturdashi is basically that. And of course, there is a nice story of a young king, a prince, son of Hima or someone. So he was told by some uh, rishis and munis that he will die on the 4th day of his marriage. So his wife, of course, on the 4th day of the marriage, while he's sleeping in the night, he'll die. So the wife is very smart. What she does is, she says, when Yama comes, I'm going to distract Yama. So she puts all her jewelry, all the silver, gold, silk, everything she has, and all these dazzling things she leaves outside. And then she puts on all the lights, lots of lanterns and lamps and everything. And the whole night, she keeps singing songs, bhajans, stories. She keeps reciting some stories and keeps her husband engaged and ensures that the husband does not sleep. So this Yama comes in the form of a serpent. He basically is coming to bite the husband and kill him. But when he comes, he sees all this dazzling gold and all this ornaments and everything. So he just goes and sits there and hides under the lights of that, that bundle of wealth that she has kept. And then he listens to her bhajans and her stories. So he just keeps listening throughout the night. And when it becomes morning, he leaves. And the young prince is saved. So that is another belief, a folk lore, but the folklore is also significant because it brings in the relevance of Naraka Chaturdashi, or the fact that we don't want to, have disease and death near us at this point. And therefore, this prayer, Deepavali, because the head bath is done on Chaturdashi day, because many people consider it inauspicious to have an oil bath on Amavasya day. Therefore, on Naraka Chaturdashi day, most of the traditional households, they will have the oil bath. They will have an early morning at 4 a.m. In Chennai and many other parts of Tamil Nadu and other villages, there will be the Nadaswaram players who will come around the streets, waking up everybody to say, get up now, it is Brahma Muhurtam, time for you to get up, have your bath and light the lamp. And then wear your new clothes, of course, and then have this lehyam and then enjoy and have a lot of merriment. So that is the beauty of Dhanteras. That is the beauty of Naraka Chaturdashi. And I would just request all of us to kind of celebrate it, understanding the significance of it, so that we celebrate it without, thinking it's a silly ritual or that there is something superstitious about it. I think all of it has its significance if you consider the logic behind it or the rationale behind it. And also the fact that so many years ago, so many centuries ago, people were aware of all this. People were aware of cleanliness, of sanitizing, of the fact that, diseases can be kept out if you keep yourself clean. And the lehyam, which is a real medicinal, even today it is considered to be, and it is actually a very, very good digestive. So all these things are, traditions which have carried over the years and have held their own, and today are actually getting revived. not only in India, but all over the world. And I think it is our pride, and we should ensure that all people around the world understand and appreciate some of our traditional concepts, because they are for the benefit of humanity at large. It is not for one community or one country or one particular group of people. It will benefit the world at large. And that is the beauty. And especially in times such as this, where disease and death has been, ravaging us over the last 2 years, probably this is the time to celebrate good health, the time to celebrate the advent of a new age for all of us. So that is the beauty. And I think I should stop talking after this and wish all of you once again a very happy Dhanteras and a Naraka Chaturdashi.
Thank you. Thank you very much for very brief but elaborative. You have included everything. You have started with Dhanvantari Trayodashi, that is the Dhanvantari Jayanti being celebrated on the same day, and Department of Ayush has declared that as a Ayurveda Day. So, as you said rightly, as it was being performing in our country through lot of centuries ago, as a auspicious for health, auspicious for cleanliness, hygienic. All this stuff has been started with Dhantera, that is Dhanvantari Trayodashi. And you have next moved to Naraka Chaturdashi, and you have elaborated the importance of how we Indians believe everything and give respect even to the death also. See, that is the beauty of our tradition and customs and religious beliefs what we have. So we are very thankful to you, and on behalf of our audience, I convey our regards to you, and I wish you all the best and happy Deepavali.
Thank you. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve savtu niramya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukh bhag bhavet. Thank you very much.
Namaste, namaste.